guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a little bit of a different fun video for you guys today. It has to do with makeup, but it's kind of like a cool thing that's been going around, especially on Instagram. That's where I first saw it, and on Twitter. And that is the cute little beauty blender or beauty sponge washing machine. So this is a new little gadget that this girl made go viral. Her name is Tiffany Lynette Davis, and I'm gonna have her video linked down below so you guys can go ahead and watch it. She's the one that initially started it, and it like went all over the place. I'm pretty sure she's the first one, but it was just so intriguing. I was like, does that really work? So I was like, you know what, let me go ahead and purchase that. You can find this on Amazon currently for about like $3 to $7. My whack ass went ahead and paid for expedited shipping so that I was able to get this ASAP so that I could show you guys if this gadget is worth the buy or not. So that's what we're gonna be getting into today, and I'm just really excited. So when I got the packaging, I got it in this little box. Everything on the box is in not my language. It came just like this. It didn't have any batteries or anything, so I went ahead and purchased batteries. Now I do want to note that the seller that I bought it from, it said that batteries were included, which is why I decided to purchase it, because I wasn't sure if I had any of those batteries. It is just AA batteries that you can just easily get, so I had to run to my CVS and get the batteries before I started this video. But I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of annoyed that the batteries weren't in here because I feel like I paid a little bit more than I would have if I didn't get the batteries. So this is what it looks like, and then you open it and it looks like an actual little washing machine. And then there's one button right here which you press, and when you press it, it starts working. So it's really cool. This isn't meant to be a beauty sponge or brush cleaner. That's how Tiffany like came about it. So it was just really cool. So it's really your interpretation, but this is like meant to be a children's toy. But I do have a few dirty sponges. I have this one by e.l.f., I have this one by Morphe, and I have another one by Morphe. So I want to put this to the test. I typically like to use a solid cleaner for my sponges because I feel like it's just easier for me to clean it, and I feel like it cleans it really, really good. So I like to use solid, so I don't have a beauty sponge like liquid cleanser, but I figured me using my face cleanser may work. I'm gonna take the little water bottle. I'm gonna put some water in here. I don't know. Oh shit. Oh shit. I forgot to clip this. Okay, so make sure that you clip this because you're gonna have issues if you don't. So make sure it's clipped up here so that, unlike me, it doesn't go like squirting all over your clothes and your body. I'm gonna try to put this sponge. It's damp. I don't know if it'll fit. I'm hoping it'll fit. I think it will fit. I'm gonna close it. You need to be careful with these because these are definitely fragile. Like, this is a very cheaply made gadget. Okay, let's just see what happens with me just holding it. Hopefully it doesn't explode upwards, but let's try it. Okay, I feel like it's not doing anything. Let's stop that for a second. This thing is not working for me right now. And I'm scared to like press it more and break it. So let's just see. Here we go. Oh my God, 10 years later. Okay, we closed the lid. Got so much foundation on it. Let's try the sponge that wasn't wet and huge. Okay, we need to keep everything up. If you keep things down, it will get super messy. So just keep that in mind. I don't wanna... Okay, let's see what happens. Ooh, okay, so let me just drain that. Okay, so this is what the sponge looks like now. It cleaned a good portion of it, like the middle of it. Some other part of it is still dirty. This is all the dirty water. So I'm gonna go ahead and pour this out, and then we can go ahead and put this in again and see what happens. Okay, make sure that if you do this, you have a towel on deck because it's gonna get messy. Like for real. And you're gonna have to make a few trips to the bathroom or to like a sink to make sure that you know, clean the little washer. So just make sure you're aware of that. So what I'm gonna do now is make sure this guy's hooked, and we're gonna put some more water in here. maybe I'll fill it up a little bit more, just because I want to make sure that I can really clean it. Maybe I need more soap. I don't know. We're just gonna do the damn thing. So, and it's like a washer machine. Like, it's actually going in circles. I would say leave it in there for about like no more than 60 seconds. So when you do remove it out, you're gonna have to squeeze the extra water out. So just make sure that you're kind of like squeezing it into the washing machine. And it looks very, very dirty in here. Like, it definitely cleaned. It cleaned a little bit more, as you can see. And this is the sponge that I use to bake my face. So it has a lot of layers of powder on it. It's very, you know, filled with powder. So that's definitely a good, useful thing. I'm also noticing that it's not really breaking apart my sponge. You can see there's some product at the top, on the sides. So I think what I'm gonna do is I have to empty this again. I'm gonna give it one more shot, maybe third time's the charm, and it'll clean it completely, and see what happens. But we've got a good amount of the product off, so let's do one more round. And the reason I'm using a water bottle is just because this is my first time testing it out. If I were to use this again, I wouldn't waste my waters on this little gadget. I would just use the water from the sink, but because I'm filming in my filming space right now, I don't have a sink right next to me that I can easily go to. Because the sponge is really expanded because it's so damp, I can't close the lid anymore. So let's stop that. It's getting a little messy in here. Thank God I have a towel here because... Okay, so it pretty much looks the same. All the water in here is dirty. So I feel like this is the best it's gonna do. This is the third time. If I do it another time, it's probably not gonna do anything because the sponge is already so expanded and it's pretty big that I'm gonna have to leave this lid off. Ooh, wait, hold on. I need to make sure this is hooked up because I cannot have that falling. There we go. I just have to wait because this is really, really big now and we just can't go back. But you guys saw, did a pretty decent job cleaning. There's still a lot of product on this side. Like I mentioned, this is what I use for baking. So typically these tend to take me a little bit longer to clean when I'm just cleaning it with my solid beauty blender cleanser. But overall, I feel like it did a decent job for what you're paying for, which is between like $3 to $7 on this little gadget. I feel like it does enough to kind of give you something. I would say if you're somebody that uses makeup sponges to put foundation on and you're very anal about keeping them clean like every week and you don't wear that much makeup, I feel like these will work so great for you and making sure that they like clean your sponge really nicely if it doesn't have that much buildup. Now, if you're somebody that wears a lot of makeup, like a lot of foundation, and you don't clean your sponge for about like a month or a few weeks, and there's a lot of buildup on the sponge, it's not gonna completely clean off the buildup. You're still gonna have some product on the sponge, and you're going to have to just use a solid cleanser or whatever you typically use to clean your sponge. So, I mean, as you can see, it's not bad at all. For what you're paying for, it's not bad. I more so think that this little gadget is like a cutesy product, like something that is like super girly. And if you like those fun little like gadgets and you want something to look pretty, perhaps in your makeup collection, you can definitely try this out. I feel like it's so compact and easy. The only thing you have to do often is change the battery because this does run on batteries. You just have to be careful with these gadgets and make sure you read some reviews. I think because I ordered mine right when like the craze hit, there was no reviews to back up whether I should purchase that or not. So I would say, I'm sure now that a lot of people have been purchasing this, people are starting to put their feedback under the seller's account on Amazon and on eBay. So I'm sure you can read some reviews and see if that one's the one you would want to purchase. I'm sure some of these are more sturdier than others. I just feel like you have to be very, very careful with this cap because this will break in 2 seconds. I was having a hard time clipping this back into place. So you just have to be really mindful of that because you don't want to like F it up and then you're like, I just wasted all this money. Another thing that I did notice when I was on the website is that for those of you who are like me who like wants things immediately and like you'll pay for overnight shipping or whatever shipping, just know that when you are purchasing this right now, the normal like not paying for shipping won't ship until like a few weeks. And maybe it's because it's in another country, but it will take a while to ship. So unless you pay for expedited shipping, then you probably won't get this right away. But that being said, I feel like now that this kind of opened the door for a beauty sponge cleaner, I feel like a makeup brand, perhaps Beauty Blender, because they did really start the makeup sponge trend, somebody should make something similar to this, but that will actually work. I think that if this was a little bit bigger, it would be great because the sponge will be able to fit for a little bit longer, as opposed to the sponge continue to expand. It doesn't do a good job cleaning it the more uses you use it at once. Because if your sponge is already damp, like let's say you were doing your makeup and it was damp and then you want to clean it, it's not gonna fit in there. It's gonna cause a big mess and you're just gonna waste your time. And I would have maybe 1 or 2 settings where you could do it like slower to faster, because I feel like if this was going super fast, I could see it cleaning more so the sponge faster. Also, maybe if it had different textures in the inside, like you know how the Sigma mat has different textures on it so you can scrub off the makeup off the brushes. I feel like if this had a textured consistency on the inside of it, it would be really cool because it could make sure that it removes as much of the product as it possibly can. But other than that, I think this isn't bad. Like, it definitely cleaned my sponge. It didn't clean it as like perfect as when I clean it with my solid cleanser and I, you know, like spend some time doing so, but I mean, it cleaned it pretty good considering this is for baking. There's a lot of product buildup in here. You just got to keep in mind that you want to do this next to the sink because there will be a lot of water dropping. You also want to make sure this little guy's hooked, because if this isn't hooked, the water is going to go everywhere because of drainage. I'm happy that I was able to use this on camera with you guys. This was legit my first time opening the box and using the products. So you guys literally got all my very first impressions on it and my feedback. And I really hope this video was useful in case some of you guys are interested, but you're kind of like, I don't know, because I know a lot of people were also saying that even with like normal shipping, it was like $8. So if you're buying a $3 product and then you're paying $8 for normal shipping and you're not going to get until a few weeks, that's still a lot of money. Do I think this is an absolute need, something that's going to be game changer? No, but I definitely think that it's opening the door so that brands, especially Beauty Blender, like I mentioned, because they do all this sponge stuff, maybe come out with something similar to this that can clean your sponge without you having to sit there and cleanse it with your hands. I'm sure that if Beauty Blender did come out with something like this, it probably wouldn't be super cheap like this, but I'm sure they would come out with something nice. So Beauty Blender, if you're watching, you better get on this before somebody else does. Just saying. Those are all my thoughts. I really hope that you guys enjoyed watching this video. I will have all the information and the seller that I purchased from listed down below in my description box in case you guys want to check it out. I do want to say though, I would look at the reviews just to see if you could find one that's sturdier, because this little guy right here is definitely very flimsy. I also said that it was going to include batteries and there was no batteries included. So maybe I would go for a different seller, but I'll just have mine linked down below so that you guys can check it out if you're interested and want to see it. And then maybe you could segue to like, you know how it says like more like this, and then you can look through the rest. But yeah, I'll have all that fun stuff down below. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoy watching videos like these. I think that this is super fun to kind of watch. I feel like it's innovative and cool, and maybe we can start testing out items and kind of see if they work or if they're like new things that we should be on the lookout for. So let me know if there's any other items that are like super cool and innovative that you want me to check out down below in the comment section. I love interacting with you guys and starting out conversations. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already. I would love for you to become a member of family here on YouTube, because I wouldn't want you guys to miss my videos for the world. And also don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you never miss a video, because why would you? And that being said, I love you guys so much, and I'll be seeing you guys very, very soon for a brand new video. Bye guys.